In here, contumely means contemptuous treatment or taunts, and it's the only place it's ever used. And then contumeliously means tauntingly or contemptuously. My name is J. Paul Nicholas. I'm an actor and a director. My first meaningful experience with Shakespeare was probably sitting in a theater as an adult watching a Shakespeare play and going, oh my God, that's what that means. Oh, that's so beautiful. Or, I don't understand what those words mean, but it sounds wonderful and I get, the feeling of it. I get it viscerally. My first experience with Shakespeare that I can remember is playing young Macduff at 10 years old, with my mother playing Lady Macduff. I think it is, at least for me, probably the greatest piece of art man has ever made. And that's saying a lot because I appreciate a lot of art. So that's in general terms. In specific terms, I went to grad school when I figured out I didn't know anything. And I was lucky enough to go to a classical academy. So we focused on the classics, primarily on Shakespeare. And that experience, not because it was Shakespeare, but that experience changed my life. Not just professionally, but personally as well. So my love of Shakespeare caused me to go down that avenue, which has been a great enrichment of my life. So in a general sense, I appreciate it for its beauty and its explanation of the human experience, but then also on a personal level, because I went through that academy and had a life-changing experience, it has enriched my life from that standpoint as well. I don't think that it takes anything different than it takes to be a great actor. And again, we have to define what great means because it's very subjective. But I think the number one most important thing, and there are many things, but the number one most important thing for any actor is focus. And that might be even more important when handling heightened text or classical text, especially Shakespeare, because it is so, each word is so pinpoint specific, at least in my mind, that it requires a great amount of focus. To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles and by opposing end them, to die, to sleep, no more, and by a sleep, to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep. To sleep, perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes, when he himself might his quietus make with a bare bodkin? Who would fardels bear, to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler returns, puzzles the will and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others that we know not of? Thus, conscience does make cowards of us all. And thus the native hue of resolution is sicklied o'er with the pale cast of thought. And enterprises of great pith and moment, with this regard their currents turn awry, and lose the name of action.